South Florida, a hub of innovation, passion, and sheer grit. Here, an exclusive league of women is reshaping the business landscape. Fast-paced shots of diverse women working, leading meetings, and succeeding. You've seen their success. Now, hear their stories. Close-up, inspiring shots of the featured entrepreneurs. Join host Doris WithaD as she dives deep to uncover what drives them, what inspires their ambition, and what truly makes these forces of nature. The Unstoppable Women Entrepreneurs of South Florida. This week's unstoppable woman is Kim Praitano, the current president and CEO of Gilda's Club, South Florida.
We started a wish list of all the things that we wanted in our new building. And I would have them dream. We wanted something that was handicap accessible. We wanted a parking lot. We wanted support group rooms. We wanted a teaching kitchen. We wanted an education center. And we have all the things that we want.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's we really do. We're really lucky.
You've manifested it. That's not luck. That's love.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of love in here, and it just radiates from the moment you walk in that door. Each and every one of the people who is up front was kind, was loving, was compassionate, was welcoming to the nth degree. I mean, I'll tell you, I walked in here and I felt like I was home immediately. And that's all you and your staff.
The staff are great.
Yeah.
You know, they do that with everyone who walks through the door. You know, it's a wonderful place to work, but it's a wonderful place if you have to come and receive cancer support services. It's a good place to come to. My mother and father taught me everything that I needed to know about life. They didn't know anything about my profession or how to make it up a career ladder. They weren't necessarily entrepreneurs. My grandparents came on a boat like many other immigrants did through Ellis Island, and no money. I don't know if I could have taken that kind of risk, but they did. And my parents grew up working really hard, working a lot of hours so that their kids would have a better life. And
are you still watching those Instagram influencers to figure out where to eat? Stop scrolling. Why guess when you can get the truth right from the chef's mouth? Join hosts Chef Dan and Doris WithaD as they personally interview South Florida's finest culinary talent. Unfiltered, real, and always delicious. This is the exclusive conversation you won't find anywhere else. Tune in to Who's at the Chef's Table every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. and find out what's really cooking. As always, enjoy, and I'll see you there.
that taught me everything I needed to know about life. Yeah. What they gave up so that I could be and do. I don't remember the exact words to this saying, but the general gist is, to all who have been given, you have a responsibility to give back. And I took that responsibility to heart. This country, my parents have given me the tools and the values in life that I needed to succeed. And I have a responsibility to give that back to others. I have a few more years before I retire, and my goal is to make this organization long-term sustainable so that it's here for everyone who needs it. And there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I know sometimes the last few years of someone's career, they kind of take it easy and relax and are happy that they're at the end of their career.
I don't know any of those people.
I have a long road to go, and I have work to do. And promises to keep.
And miles to go before you sleep.
Miles to go before I sleep.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to get it done.
How do you stay inspired and passionate like that?
The people who walk through this door are depending on us They're depending on me to be inspired, to get up and work, to get up and do, and to not slack off. But my dad and my mother always taught me, when you go to work, you're there to work all day. If you're slacking off, you're stealing from your employer. They gave me such a strong work ethic to always do more, always give back.
Yeah, and always be the first one. You know, the competitive nature that they instilled in you.
Yeah, and I don't even know if they instilled competitiveness in me. It was hard work. It was just hard work and the desire to, and they never articulated it. I'm a licensed social worker by trade, and our job as social workers is to affect positive social change. And so they taught me, you know, they instilled that in me to help other people. Whatever I think I don't have, I have more than a whole lot of other people. And they taught me that from the time I was little.
That's abundance. That's abundance, but not about money.
It's not about money. It's abundance about what you have and what you can give to others. I remember a neighbor of ours, when I was a teenager, knocked on our door. My dad worked in a factory. He made just enough money to keep the lights on. And our neighbor knocked on the door and he said, "Sal, do you have $10 I could borrow?" And my dad said, "Sure," and gave it to me. He came back in and I said, "You don't have a pot to pee in, and you just gave our neighbor $10. And he said, "Yeah, he's young, he's got kids, he needs it."
He needed it more than we do.
He needed it more than we do.
I remember hearing my dad say that.
And
he needed it more than we do. Yeah. And he says, "And I'll make more."
Yeah.
You know, because that was the attitude.
That was the attitude.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, where are you going to make more? How many more hours can you work at the factory?
The Lord will provide.
Yeah. And so that's how I grew up. And that gave me, on the days in my life when I thought I couldn't do it, I drew from within to say, you can. Your grandparents got on a boat with no money and came here, and you know, I say this jokingly, and your mother and father walked to school a mile with hole in their shoe in the snow while it was a blizzard. You know, that's what they used to say. They did all that for you. You can get up and go in there and finish that building, pay that mortgage, do what you have to do, and just make it happen.
Yeah, no excuses.
No excuses.
I love that.
I'm a former police officer, and there's 3 things that you're allowed to say in the police academy: "Sir, no sir," "Sir, yes sir," and "Sir, no excuse, sir." That's it. Those are the acceptable responses.
Yes, ma'am.
And here it's no excuse.
I love it. I love it. When you reach an obstacle, how do you pivot?
I'm always thinking about a plan B when I start a big project that's hard, and because I don't like risk, but I take moderate risks. But when I'm doing it, I always try and figure, what's the downside risk? What's the worst that can happen? And if it does, what will I do? What's my plan B and my plan C? So that when bad things happen and I get scared because things didn't go my way, I know I already have a backup plan in place. Right. And I rely on the board members that are here. A lot of times when you're a CEO, you think you have to do everything yourself. I have smart board members for a reason, so that they can help me through those hard times and bad times. And so I can ask them for feedback and advice. What do you think? And they'll tell me. And sometimes it's not necessarily what I want to hear, but what I need to hear. And so we all have to rely on people that are smarter than us, or that have a different perspective. They all have different businesses. You know, this is a mental health organization, but my board members come from all walks of life. You know, so when you say you made it happen, there's a lot of people
Well,
that
your support system.
Yeah, we made it happen together.
Absolutely.
The staff, the board, the volunteers, the donors. There's so many people in our community of support at Gilda's Club that made it happen. And being transparent and having integrity to be honest when we make mistakes, when I make mistakes, it allows board members to help us.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you're honest, they know exactly where it is that you need the help. Exactly.
Yeah, they know where I messed up because I told them what I was going to do and what the downside risk was.
That's a beautiful thing because honesty is the best policy.
It takes time in life to have the confidence to know that you're going to make mistakes and to be honest about them and to be upfront about the things that you're not good at. Because other people are good at them.
Oh yeah, and you formed that support system for yourself. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And not only that, but it gives them the opportunity to make you shine, which makes them shine.
Yeah,
And
they're
that's
not here
beautiful.
to do superficial things. They're here to do big, bold things. And if I don't let them, then they can't. You know, if I tune them out, if I shut them out, then they can't do what they came here to do.
Right, then nobody can shine.
No.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful thing.
Attention Fort Lauderdale metro area business owners. Are you seen? Are you known? Are you in the definitive resource that locals and visitors use daily? You need to be in the Beachside Directory. We're the place consumers go to find the who's who of services, from accounting to wealth managers, air conditioning repair to window treatments. If you offer professional services, personal services, or repair and remodeling, your clients are looking for you here. Don't rely on generic search engines. Beachside Directory offers personalized service and high-visibility advertising tailored to your local audience. We feature your business alongside top dining, shopping, and activities. Do what hundreds have done already. Be seen, be known, be in the Beachside Directory. Learn about personalized service and listing options today. Visit beachside.directory. Beachside Directory. Grow your local footprint.
What would you give in, let's say, advice for younger girls who are, let's say, in high school and they don't know or don't have like a vision of what they want to do? What would you tell them?
I didn't have a vision. When I was in high school, the only vision I had, when I was 16, my best friend was going to college, and I was sitting at her kitchen table, and her mother said, "Kimmy, what school are you going to go to for college?" And I was like, I don't know. Like, I hadn't thought about it. My parents didn't go to college, and so I never had the conversation. And so then I thought about it, and that became my vision. I'm going to go to college. When I got to college, I had no idea what I was going to do. I followed what I liked, and I followed my heart. I tried different things, all different things, criminal justice, sociology. Well, and in college, the first 2 years, you have a lot of required subjects so that you can learn what you like.
They try to focus you in the direction that fits you and your character. Yeah,
but you have a lot of required courses in English and math and science. And in humanities. And so I realized that those were the courses I was drawn to in the humanities. Social works, well, at the time, sociology was the big thing, criminal justice, political science.
I was going to say political science.
All of those things I was drawn to. I liked the issues of the day. I liked, the debate that was going on in class. Find what you like, find what you love, because you're going to be there all day at work doing it.
Yeah.
I left social work one time to go work for, I went to school for computer science because all my cousins did, and they all made more money than me. And I didn't do well. I was just getting like a C, and they you have to score high to be in those schools. And so they took me into what would be the principal's office and asked me why my grades were that way. And I said, this is not my love, it's not my passion, but I want to make money. And the guy said, how much money do you want to make? And I said, oh, if I could just make $40,000, I would be happy. And he said, you go back to social work and you do the best you can and be the best social worker you can be. And one day you're going to make at least that much money. And I did.
That was good advice.
It was very good advice.
Yeah.
I dropped out of that school the next day and I went back to doing something that I really loved.
Yeah, you took that weight off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good thing.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
And you found another avenue.
And money ended up being not the most important thing. We need money to live, but it ended up not being the most important thing ever in my life. Material things weren't important to me.
You just gave out so many beautiful golden rules for a young girl who doesn't know, who doesn't have a clue.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how rich you are in advice? I mean, you're amazing. Just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and the things I learned, it's interesting, I learned from a man who went to 8th grade and then 2 years of vocational school and learned from, the Star Ledger and the New York Times crossword puzzles and from Walter Cronkite on Eyewitness News.
And day-to-day life in a big city.
Yeah.
Taking a bus or a train and just hustling every step of the way and having 2 and 3 jobs.
Yeah, you learn from that.
That work ethic. You can't buy that.
No.
It was instilled in you.
Yeah.
In a beautiful way, lovingly, kindly. Wow.
Very much so. I wouldn't give up that piece of my life eating pasta vazzool with my family, and I still make homemade Italian dishes at home for myself.
It's soul food.
Yeah, it's soul food, but it reminds me of home. It reminds me of who I am.
Do you have any aunts are still around?
My aunts and uncles and my parents are all gone. Yeah, my husband died earlier this year.
Oh,
and
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. I have my 2 sisters and my cousins, and my in-laws are on the west coast of the country. And family is still important to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure you communicate with them as often as you can. Absolutely. What one thing do you feel has been the best thing that's happened here in this building that has just manifested and you never expected it to be that wonderful, but when it happened you said to yourself, wow, I'm so glad I got involved?
So when we launched a capital campaign, I thought it was all about raising the money for the construction of the building and paying off the mortgage.
Right.
And it was, but I didn't expect the partnerships, the growth, the other people coming here and us being able to really serve the community because we had the facility to do so. Like, it's just a building, but we needed this building to do what we were meant to do. And I knew people would come back in person one day, but I didn't know that the vibrancy of our community would come back here. That was very slow. People came back in trickles here. Remember, we're dealing with cancer patients who are immunocompromised, and some are still wearing masks. So that was not a quick process. When we all went back to work, they didn't necessarily come back to in-person anything. So I didn't expect that, and it's beautiful to see it happening. It's beautiful to see what they're creating. We facilitate lots of things by providing this space, but the people who we serve come here and create while they're here. They create art classes and music classes. Our music therapy instructor put on a concert here with our cancer patients who play and sing, and it was just beautiful. It was beautiful, and they had a whole art exhibit. They were celebrating two singers. We're celebrating 5 years cancer-free.
Restaurant owner. If you're still chasing influencers, you're so 2023. That fad's over. No clubs to join, no monthly fees. The real ones, the ones with packed tables every night, are advertising with hyper-local pros. Not some kid from Miami posting from his bedroom or his mom's garage. We live here, we eat here, we write about what people drive 3 hours south for. Take a look at SoFloDining.com. Go right now and see which of your neighbors just bought the spot above the fold. You're not the first choice anymore, you're the afterthought. And if you're still flirting with that circus, you'll get buried in a sea of TikTok likes and follows before your next happy hour. Quarter page? Starting at $167. We team up with Beachside Directory, South Florida's one-stop from fishing charter, boutique hotels, quirky shops, to sunset cruise to your front door. Call now. The future doesn't follow trends, it starts them.
And after 5 years cancer-free, there's a good chance that, you know, there's a lifespan, a longer lifespan for you than maybe you thought when you first got cancer. And so they were celebrating. Both had throat cancer. One can still sing and has her voice. The other one cannot. She has no voice anymore, cannot speak. But both of them shared their story, one through art, visual arts, and the other through her music. And it was just beautiful. Those are the things that I didn't expect that we have here, just because we provide the space and facilitate that for people.
Mm-hmm. How beautiful. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to have a joy and a pride and just absolute amazement at how it all comes together. But you have some beautiful, beautiful energy here.
Yeah. And I have to say, one of the other things that gives me the physical energy to do what I do, I still, you know, I practice Krav Maga. It's an Israeli self-defense system. Mm-hmm. And it gives me the strength and the energy to get up early every morning and get in here and work really hard. You know, that we need that physical fitness, that energy, mm-hmm. in order to keep going.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very important. I'll tell you that for a fact.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't just sit and eat potato chips.
No. And keep going. Where do you see yourself going in the next year or two? Because I know you have plans.
Yes. So right now, in the next year, my goal, we're putting professional development plans together for all of our staff. Mm-hmm. And my goal is that they all have a plan to see a future here. You know, we all talk about retention in the workplace, that we don't have it anymore. And I hope we can do something different here and really help our staff grow, but help them also grow here and grow our programs and the opportunities for people to come here and get help in so many different ways. And I want in the next several years to get to the point where everything I do is passed on to other people so that they don't need me anymore here. That's my greatest achievement, that they don't need me. It's kind of like a parent. Your greatest, and I'm not a parent, but I would think your greatest achievement is to give everything you need to your children so that they don't need you. They can go out in the world on their own. And that's what I need to do here.
Yeah, I'm beaming because I raised 2 sons alone.
Yeah, so you know,
and believe
how
me,
that feels.
They don't call, they don't write. Every once in a while, out of the clear blue, I'll get a phone call. Like yesterday, I got a phone call from my eldest, and I said, "Hello, why are you calling me?" And he says, "I just wanted to say hi. I knew you would never expect me to say hi and just call for no reason, so I just thought I would." And I thought, wow, that's amazing. That's great. So yes, I do understand that.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I want that here. I don't want to leave here and retire and have people feel like we can't do it without her. They can do it without me, and it's my job to help them get there.
Right, right. That's a great enabler. You know, because usually whenever you say enabler, like being in the social work,
enabler is a bad thing.
That's a bad thing. But in this case, it's
empower
people.
Empower people to do it. They can.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have anything else to add? Do you have anything you want to get across that maybe we didn't touch on?
I think I didn't realize. You know, you were astute enough to ask me about me and how I grew up, and as we were talking, I realized how much all of those things are so much a part of who I am at work and what I do. It's what I do and who I am are not really different people.
No, that's what it's all about.
I do other things when I leave work. But the person I am at work is who I am as a person. It's what's in my heart, and I get to do that every day. And when young people are looking for a career and what should they do in the world, find something that you do every day that is a reflection of who you are as a person.
I call it, I do what makes my heart sing.
Yeah.
And if my heart is singing, then I'm doing something right. But if I don't feel that, I pull back. And you have that quality. And that's what I wanted to bring out, because I saw that quality in you. And it's so beautiful, it needs to be projected out there. Because there's little girls out there that don't realize how easy it could be if you just get to know who you are and do what you do.
Yeah, and you have to get a focus, get a goal, whatever that goal is, and not let anyone else deter you from that goal, especially if you know. College was my ticket out. It was my ticket out of an inner city where the people around me were not going to have the same opportunities that I had. And if
you mean that you made?
That I made, yes, yes.
I didn't mean to correct you, but
no,
yes,
I did. I made
it
right.
happen.
I made it happen, and that's what I want to relay. Make it happen. It's not going to come to you if you sit back and think you're going to go with the flow with everyone else around you. If you're in a situation of little means, that's all you. That's going to remain. Find a big, bold dream and make it happen.
Yeah.
There will be obstacles, there will be challenges, but what you do to get through them will get you through the rest of your life, because you'll always have that to draw on.
Yeah. It tells the world where your strength is coming from. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah. I want to thank you again for welcoming us here, for giving us the time, for being here for the community. I've seen the community grow as a result of your being here. And I just want you to know, kudos to the max.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be back.
I hope.
Definitely.
I hope so.
And I happen to know someone who could probably use your services here, someone who's very near and dear to me. And I didn't know that the situation would help. And I'm just so happy to be able to be here with you and show everybody what you do, how you do it, and what the wonderfulness of it all is. You know?
Thank you.
I'm almost at a loss for words, and that doesn't happen often. But thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Amen.
Thanks for watching this powerful episode featuring unstoppable entrepreneur women of South Florida. It's been a truly insightful time at the leadership table with Doris WithaD. Join us next time. You won't want to miss our next guest's story. This show is a proud joint production of SoFloDining and SoFloImaz. Head over to SoFloDining.com to subscribe for free to our online magazine, packed with awesome features, discounts, and South Florida dining tips. SoFloDining is your go-to guide for all things tasty in the Sunshine State. See you soon!